What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down something very important about trading. I want to talk about a very important aspect of it and how some losses can actually really affect us. And then also something that's very important when it comes to kind of like offsetting them and some strategies to really implement after losses come. But before I begin the devil's information, let me just say two things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. So, anyways, when it comes to the market, I just want to call out that the market and the way it's designed is to break you. Okay. And that sounds crazy, but once you begin to study what's done behind closed doors, you have to remember that there are big guys in the background, these market makers, whatever they are. Not going to call out anyone specifically, but they're constantly just watching us. And then what they'll do is they're going to be looking at what's the most advantageous thing they could do for themselves. And they'll be looking at our stops. Where are most of retail setting their stop losses? How could they trick retail? What levels could they cause to really break people, knowing what they're already doing? So they know if we're playing, options 3 months out, 6 months out. They know if most of retail are just playing with 0 day to expirations, and those are probably the most fun for them to just like mess with us with. So the reason why that's important is because there are going to be days where you could get faked out. There could be days where you completely mess up. And what these people are doing, okay, is they have psychologists, very, very keen psychologists that know exactly what to do to hurt everyday people in a way. They do this to make money for their own selves. And when you day trade, as you guys know, there's a winner and there's a loser. They want to get retail on the losing end of the stick. All right. So knowing the way that the game is and how hard it is for retail, it would be no surprise to see retail investors lose on a lot of days. Sometimes even the best retail traders could lose. It happens, right? We make mistakes. But if you let those losses define you, you're never going to succeed in this game. Plain and simple. So, one thing you need to do is if you take a loss, okay, maybe if you take two losses in a row, whether it's one loss or two losses, up to you, you need to scale down a little bit. And you need to look back at what went wrong. Because sometimes the market could do things which are completely unexpected. It's very tricky. I'll be honest with you, trading is very hard. It's not easy whatsoever. It's very hard, right? And what makes trading so hard is that a strategy may not always work. Meaning, maybe when the market gets breakouts, maybe when the market is bullish, one strategy could work very, very well. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Most of the time, if it does work, it could work. But then on days when the market is choppy, it may not work as well. So you always want to be very adaptive when you're trading, but you have to be prepared for all this manipulation that tends to happen. An example of manipulation was just a couple of days ago on Thursday, right? We had the PC data report. We gap up, we get this crazy drop, and then we get bought back up, which faked out so many people. A lot of people thought the market was going to crash. Nope. It was all part of their game. Excuse me. And then after that, what happened? When everyone starts shorting SPY, especially on a Friday, we have close to 1 million puts expiring. They just squeeze this thing all day. It's just pretty insane, right? It's all part of the game. It's all just a game. So when this happens, you're going to experience losses. They're a part of trading. But what your goal is, you want to think about trading as if it's like a video game. Okay, you're playing a video game. And in this video game, you have a resource. The resource is your money. You want to protect your money. This sounds so simple, but it's actually very deep. What are you going to do to protect your resources? What are you going to do to protect your money? The answer is don't risk too much on every single trade, no matter how much money you make. And you want to do this on a percentage basis. So, like, I only risk a small percentage of my portfolio for every single trade. And I want to be looking at my percentage gains. Percentage gains are worth more than just a dollar amount because once you're comfortable making like 10% off a trade, for example, right, or 15%, or even 20, 30%, who knows? You could scale upwards and the money will just come, right? If you once you understand that. But look at percentages and then don't let these losses get to you. When you take a loss, sometimes it could hurt badly. please know that money is not everything to life. It's a very important resource. We all need money. It's extremely important. It's pivotal for our ways of life, but it's not everything there is in the history of humanity. Okay? So when you take a loss, if you're not willing to lose a certain amount of money, you should position yourself to not lose that much money. Meaning, if you're trading with, let's just say you're using like, you have $1,000 worth of funds to trade with per day. Hypothetically, let's say your portfolio is like 10 times the size, 15 times the size, hypothetically. All right, I have $1,000 to trade with. Maybe I'll make five $200 trades if I'm using like a small sum of money. Okay, that could work, hypothetically. So if I'm going to do that, I don't want to use all $1,000 on one trade, by the way. Otherwise, I could just lose everything. If I completely mess up, I lose like 20%. I don't set my stop on time. And you always want to use stops. Or if you are using, $200 per trade, once you're down like a certain amount, you want your stop to trigger to save you just to be safe. That's the importance of risk management. And you want to be catching nice moves. You want to have a target. You want to see if we reach the target. Sometimes you don't have to be so robotic in a way where like you just exit your trade and only focus on your level to be meet. Sometimes you might have to just exit because you look at how the pattern is looking. It looks like it's going to reject, and you lose certainty and starts rejecting, and this is like your opportunity to exit. Sometimes that could happen, but not always. So trading is like that. It's just a part of life, and it's a numbers game. As long as you are able to position yourself to be profitable, it could work out. You could be wrong two times, three times, and right only once, and still be profitable if you manage risks right. So, going back to the losses, losses are a part of trading. They're completely normal. Do not let that get the best of you. When you take a loss, have a routine. A routine. Whether it's you go for a drive, my routine is I like to sometimes, not always, but usually when I lose, I like to go to a park or an area that has a nice large body of water, like a beach, and just go for a quick walk, right? Walk around a little bit, think about it, don't worry about it, clear my head, and then come back, review what went wrong, manage risks, maybe position down a little bit. Don't risk as much, kind of just slow down a little bit for the next day. Look at your technicals, look at your setups, and be patient. Okay? Patience. If most people were a lot more patient, you are going to make a lot more money. But you have to learn to be patient and not let FOMO and emotions get the best of you. I know traders that watch the market for like 4 hours in a day, 2, 3 hours even. You know, they watch it, they don't even make a single trade because they didn't see the setup they were looking for. They're that patient, they're picky. And those are the people who tend to be a lot more successful. Those are the ones who don't let their losses get the best of them. But remember, I don't think that depending solely on motivational videos is a great way of kind of like addressing it, because motivation is not really the key, one of the best keys to success, in my opinion. I think that discipline is a much bigger aspect of it, and being disciplined to a point where you only use a small percentage of your portfolio, you manage risks, and you come back even after those losses and you convince yourself you could make this work no matter how hard it is. That is going to be a lot more key. So you have to be programmed to be strong, to never quit. And I would recommend coming up with some kind of routine on those red days, on those losses. Go for a walk. If you have a dog, take your dog for a walk. If you want to go for a drive, go for a dinner, go get a drink from Starbucks. I don't know, guys. It's up to you. But have some kind of routine. Maybe not. Maybe don't go for Starbucks every time you have a loss, because like some people may have to go many times a week. Not very healthy. But I'm just kidding around, guys. Anyways, do something to better yourself and do not let those losses define you. You are worth more than that. Stay strong, stay bold, and always manage those risks when things go wrong. That's what I wanted to just tell you guys for now. I want to keep making videos like this every week. I want to stay away from just charting too much and just kind of like talk to you guys solely. So, that being said, thank you for listening. I hope you guys have an absolutely spectacular rest of the day. Remain calm, cool, and collected. Never ever give up. And I'll see you guys very soon on the next one for tomorrow. I'll be talking a lot more about what's going on with the charts. I'll be talking about like SMCI, I'll be talking about SPY, ARM, Tesla, everything you want to know in my next upcoming video tomorrow. So get ready for that, guys. I'll be talking about the markets. Do what you have to do. Enjoy your weekend. Take care, and I'll see you guys very soon tomorrow. Thank you, and peace out.